We begin tonight with breaking news. Authorities have confirmed that the body found in Havana, North Dakota is in fact that of Sherry Ann Glover. Thank you for joining us. Christine has the night off. Glover was found in an area where a massive ground search was underway earlier today, about a mile away from her home. Volunteers were searching for Glover, who was last seen Wednesday morning in Havana. Police say Glover had a history of mental illness and was believed to be on foot. A cause of death has not yet been determined, but authorities do not suspect foul play. And we're learning today that it's possible Prince may have been suffering from an opioid addiction before he died. In a news conference this afternoon, police wouldn't comment on it, but said there was no trauma to Prince's body or any indication it was a suicide. A local emergency doctor says the ongoing problem of drug abuse is why we need to keep warning people about the danger here in the Valley of heroin and fentanyl overdoses. Tonight, Valley News Team's Neil Carlson explains what's being planned in Grand Forks to combat the problem.
So I think it's an ongoing concern.
When Grand Forks police and law enforcement agencies around the region saddle up for another day of patrolling our streets, there's a pretty good chance they'll be involved in some type of incident involving drugs.
Police say the drug and overdose problem across our region and across the country just continues to keep rolling along. And it's a problem that doesn't appear to be going away soon.
Here at Altru Hospital's Emergency Center, Dr. Chris Bowe sees it all the time.
Every day we see somebody with an addiction-related problem. So it's definitely very prominent in our community. Yep, it's prominent in our community. It's much worse than it was, I would say, 5 years ago.
Police say that right now on the streets of Grand Forks, there are very small doses of drugs that are deadly. And Dr. Bowe says it's a warning that's very appropriate today, following the death of Prince.
When you think about, such a humongous star like Prince, even potentially being the victim of this kind of problem.
It's a problem that will be addressed at a free community forum next month at the Empire Arts Center.
Not only the minutia of what is the drug and what does it do, but more of the longer reaching effects, the effects on families, the effects on neighborhoods, the effects on communities.
In Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
That free community forum regarding drug overdoses in Grand Forks will be held Tuesday, May 10th at the Empire Arts Center. A Fargo man is asking the city commission to consider allowing all emergency officials to carry Narcan. FM Ambulance has had Narcan for quite some time, but paramedics are not required to carry it. The man is proposing that all City of Fargo law enforcement, firefighters, and first responders be equipped with opiate overdose reversal kits and first aid emergency breathing masks. He tells us a family member of his is a drug addict and calls Narcan a miracle medicine that's saving lives. The proposal is set to be discussed at Monday's Fargo City Commission meeting. And it's been a beautiful day out there with more sunshine, thankfully. Let's find out more about tonight's forecast. Justin?
And thank you, Krista. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, we saw plenty of sunshine today. We had a cold start out there, near 30 degrees. Temperatures have rebounded nicely with all that sunshine and the wind almost there, flipping around to the south. Let's take a look at temperatures. 62 right now at Fargo, Jamestown, 58 at Devil's Lake, 55 at Bemidji. Much warmer off to the south and off to our west. Here's a look at the winds. They've been easterly all day, now more of a southeasterly direction, mainly between 5 and 15 miles per hour out there. So nothing like yesterday when we saw those breezy conditions. Here's the satellite loop showing plenty of sunshine up and down the Red River Valley. You have to make your way into portions of northern Minnesota before you start to run into some clouds, and we are seeing some showers into portions of Lake of the Woods County and into southern Manitoba. That's basically it for the moisture around here. Clear skies will be the story as we go through this evening. As soon as the sun sets, the temperatures should drop pretty nicely as we're going to see temperatures back into the lower 50s and upper 40s. We go through this evening as we keep the southeasterly wind. We're going to have warmer temperatures for tomorrow and a chance of some moisture as we go through the rest of the weekend. We'll have full weather details coming up later in the newscast.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you so much, Justin. And we now know the name of the woman who is in custody in connection with the death of a 1-year-old child. She's been identified as Janelle Red Dog, and she told police she did it. Investigators say Red Dog admitted to punching Kensley Olsen 3 times, which led to the 1-year-old's death. She also confessed to putting the child in a duffel bag and placing the bag in a dumpster. Authorities say they have Red Dog's confession recorded, but when asked in court if Red Dog was sober during the confession, authorities were not sure. No formal charges have been filed yet. Red Dog is being held without bond. 1-year-old Kensley Olsen's body was found in Poplar, Montana. That's where she disappeared, and it prompted an Amber Alert in North Dakota. The case is still under investigation. And it's Friday, time to take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Police say 44-year-old Craig Olsen is wanted for felony theft of property. Call your local law enforcement if you have any information on Craig Olsen. An 18-year-old Fargo man is in jail in connection with shots being fired in West Fargo a little over a week ago. It was one of a number of shots fired reports police in Fargo and West Fargo are investigating. In this case, Nadine Corey is being held on a charge of aggravated reckless endangerment. Police combed this area at 45th Street and 7th Avenue East after the initial reports came in around 9 a week ago Wednesday. They were looking for shell casings or something that might indicate gunfire. They later found evidence of gunshots in 2 West Fargo neighborhoods. Both are on the city's east side, one of them not far from the area police first searched. Police say they don't believe anyone was injured, but they say they found a bullet hole in a car and in a house. We'll have much more on this case on Valley News Live at 6 o'clock. A Minnesota woman is calling herself the world's meanest mom for attempting to teach her teenage daughter a lesson. The lesson involves Craigslist and selling something of her daughter's that few teenagers would want to give up. Lou Ragoose explains.
The Dodge Ram parked at the end of Amy Adams' driveway
This is it.
is a teen dream.
This truck definitely has character.
Jacked up on 35-inch tires.
It does take a certain kind of girl to drive a truck like this.
That girl was Amy's 15-year-old daughter,
It shakes their house.
whose learner's permit next month will change to a driver's license just as her truck changes hands.
She was on her one more chance and the truck was getting sold, and she blew that one more chance on Monday when she decided to skip school.
Fed up, Amy listed her daughter's truck on Craigslist to sell the pickup while advertising the punishment.
I started that ad with, "So because I'm the meanest mom in the world."
The ad drips with sarcasm, but Amy says it's also drenched with truth,
They all do this.
challenging the idea that parents should act as friends.
Where are they going to be in life 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when they're wandering around disrespecting the wrong people?
Amy received over 400 responses to the ad.
Over half of them were just other parents saying, "Hey, high five."
To those who think she went too far, Amy says she knows exactly how her daughter feels.
To my mom, I was short-tempered and I was snippy and I was obnoxious.
The woman in these photos, to Amy, once was the meanest mom in the world.
You know,
Amy's just glad she matured enough to thank her for it.
I did. The minute they diagnosed her as terminal, we had that conversation.
Amy hopes one day her daughter will appreciate her tough parenting.
I hope that she realizes that, you know, that it's okay to discipline your kids, and it's okay to have expectations, and it's okay for them to have consequences.
And when she learns those lessons, Amy says the money made on this truck will one day buy her daughter a new car.
This story has been generating a lot of comments on our Facebook page. To join the conversation, just like Valley News Live on Facebook, and you can follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Big news for Bison football fans today. The man at the reins is staying put. Chris Klieman signed a contract for 6 more years at NDSU, which keeps him at NDSU through the 2021 season. Klieman is in his 6th year overall and his 3rd as the head coach at NDSU. Fans will get a taste of football this weekend, tonight during the Bison Showcase, and Saturday for the annual Green and Gold Spring Game. And while many will be going to the free game, eyes will also be on Carson Wentz and Joe Haeg during the NFL Draft next week.
It's such a neat experience for us as coaches to see all the NFL coaches and scouts, and we've had owners here, we've had general managers here come up to our office and tell us how well we're doing things here and how they like to watch our guys play, and they see a well-coached, disciplined team. That means a lot to us as coaches that our brand is out there, not just regionally, but nationwide.
Coach Klieman will be sitting with Carson Wentz and his family next week during the draft. And we're back at the Fargo Dome for the Farmers Union Insurance Bison Football pregame show. Coverage begins at 12:30, getting you set for the annual Green and Gold Spring Game. We'll carry the ring ceremony for your 5-time defending national champions and bring you live interviews with Joe Haeg and Carson Wentz as they prepare for next week's draft. MSUM students got a special look inside businesses in downtown Fargo in an effort to show how each space impacts each company. Students toured 7 businesses, including U.S. Bank, Myriad Mobile, and Dogs ID. It's the university's first ever Dragon Business Crawl, where people in each downtown location explained how and why their space is designed to help their business succeed and to help students find the perfect fit when it comes to getting a job after college. A massive recall for one automaker after customers noticed their vehicles moving without them. That's still ahead tonight.
And highs today in the Fargo area are going to be in the lower 60s, a little above normal for this time of year. No rain yet with the sunny skies. That will change as we go through the weekend. Details coming up.